Alright, welcome back to The Legend of Heroes Trails through Daybreak 2. We were doing bonding events, or what were they called in this game? Connection events. And we want to continue because there were so many. We already did 3 last time. So let's go on from the top, because I have no idea what I keep in the end. Van parted ways with his companion for a short while. He then called out to Feri to ask about the mission she was about to set out for. Long story short, I'm concerned for you. You sure you can handle whatever job it is the Kruger is sending you on? Sorry to worry you so much, man. I was actually waffling on whether or not to tell you, but I guess this kinda makes a choice for me. Here, this is my assignment. Don't think I recognize him. His name is Davin, a bad actor known for being a criminal consultant. He helps crooks draft out schemes in exchange for Mirror, leaving no trail in the process. Sounds pretty similar to the Oathbreaker's shady practices. Yeah, I think this guy is way lower on the food chain than him though. A few weeks ago he fed information to the Kruger, made a request of them. The task was to subdue a twisted group of brokers from the west half of Samuria who kidnapped and trafficked war orphans. No self-respecting warrior could ignore info like that, assuming it was true anyway. I get your meaning, it was all just a ruse, huh? When Abi arrived with his men and scoped out the area, the targets were the complete opposite of what they expected. It was actually a group of NGO personnel providing support and shelter to war orphans. Around the same time I learned that Davin's real goal was to make a business of training and selling off child soldiers. So he wanted to manipulate your tribe into getting rid of an organization that was posing a threat to its enterprise. Gutsy move. Takes a real pair of brass ones to try and screw the Kruger of all course. But people strictly prohibit the killing of unarmed civilians, even in combat zones. Abusing our pride as warriors and pitting us against our vows is a deed worth 1,000 deaths. They left the responsibility of sorting out the issue on my shoulders. Sorting out, huh? That's one way to spin it. Let me guess, this has something to do with you coming of age on your last birthday? Oh, you knew about that. Yeah, the Kruger are treated as adults from 14 onward. I looked into some of your people's traditions while training under your brother, so I also know that all adult warriors have to go through a rite of passage. I do. That's probably what this mission is supposed to be. I guess it's finally time for me to grab the knife you held in my place way back then. Farida, you really don't need to worry. Abi gave me all the intel I need on the target. I wouldn't want to keep you from enjoying the festival. Little too late for that. This doesn't have any of the same overtones as what happened with Ida. But I was the one who took the liberty of stepping in back then, so you can't say it's got nothing to do with me. Plus, as your boss at Arkride Solution and current guardian, I've got the responsibility to your dad and Ida to look out for you. So I'm taking it upon myself to see you through this, whether you like it or not. Wouldn't sit right with me otherwise. Van, okay then, things will go smoother with your help anyway. Let's go, Van. I've got a duty as a warrior to fulfill. Using the intel Hassan has provided to her, Feri started gathering more thorough details about Davin. Through Van's connections, they managed to determine the location of his various bases of operation around the capital. Eventually the time came for them to chase him down. Shit, why won't any of my flunkies pick up? Did the other base already get wiped out? Took almost no time at all for the lid to get blown off our entire operation. If the Kruger finally shifted into high gear, no. This can't be anything bigger than a recon squad. Fine by me. I can pick them off and then make a break for it before their main unit arrives. A dead end still. This should be far enough to give me some breathing room. Wrong with the end of the line. Davin, the criminal consultant, I knew you'd come here to lay low. Who the hell are you? Wait, those clothes. You're telling me your subordinates let our bases get obliterated by a little girl? But not just any girl. That's right, I'm a Kruger warrior, and you're out of escape routes. Better make your peace. Hold your horse, Lily. I wasn't thinking straight. It was never my intention to swallow your people's honor. I swear. Look, please. Die already and leave me be! Huh? Made it with time to spare. Nice one, Feri. Your read on this being a sniper's nest was spot on. Thanks, one. I owe you one. Sweet mother of alias. Stop! Listen, little lady, I have a sick mother back home, so have a heart and let me go, will you? Just don't kill me, I'm begging you. The flames of judgment will cleanse the souls of the wicked. That's the law passed down through our tribe. I'm still alive? Ending your life here would be letting you off easy. Your criminal consultations have probably built up a seedy network spreading in every direction. I can't say I've truly fulfilled my duty as a warrior until it's all been burnt down to cinders. That makes you more valuable as fuel for the fire. Before you're in the right place, your flames will smoke out the others crawling around in the dark. No, you're having of handing me into the CID, are you? Let's not be hasty. At least give me to the guild or the police. If I expose my connection, I'll be a dead man walking. By ratting out your friends and colleagues, you earn respite and lose your place in the underworld forever. But that's the fate you've brought on yourself. Given the countless evils you've committed. There's no getting away. Your only hope is to pray. Pray to the flames at Arusha for forgiveness. And that's a wrap. Afterward, Van contacted 2nd Lieutenant Kayla and turned Devon over to the CID. Not once did I think anyone would make such a clean sweep of bringing this criminal consultant to justice. You may be young for a Kruger, but actually, why don't I say you did an amazing job and leave it at that? Just following orders though, can we count on you to handle the rest? You certainly can. Yumika's connections for every last drop of intel were worth. It's all over. I never should have gotten mixed up with a Kruger. Even if I didn't catch you, someone else would have sooner or later. Own up to your sins and atone like you mean it. And the warriors of Kruger might turn a blind eye to you. I know that stuff about your Umi being sick was probably a lie. But take good care of her, okay? Once you make amends and return home, I mean. You saw through that story about my mother, then why bother showing me any mercy at all? Doesn't make any damn sense. Always full of surprises, ain't you? You pulled that off with flying colors, so it'll teach me to doubt your abilities. I'm glad you found a path that worked for you. One where being a warrior isn't just about raining judgment down. It wouldn't have happened without your help gathering intel. Ever since I was little, I was taught that being a warrior meant purging evil where it stood, and I never questioned that. But then, last year, after everything that happened with Ida, and me coming to Arkride Solutions, I overcame a lot of difficult challenges. I had to face up to the possibility of another me who never had that, and I wondered if I was betraying my duty. But the more I thought it over, the more I realized that there's more than just one answer. And I want to prove it somehow. That rite of passage gave me a chance to show that I was able to find my own answer. I don't know what Abby and Kasim will think about it once they hear the details though. Hey, when it comes down to it, you're still stuck to your tribe's code, right? Doubt anyone can give you a hard time over that. One thing's for sure though, you've come a long way since you first started working for me. Good job, Feri, I mean it. Man, all the time I spent with you and the rest of the team really paid off. I can't thank you enough for that. By the way, I hate to put you out even further, but can I make one more selfish request? Depends what's on your mind. Whenever a warrior completes the rite of passage, they go through what we call the adornment ceremony. Traditionally, a trusted family member or friend is supposed to help put it on. I was originally going to ask Ida, but, you know. I've heard about this. It's a sacred, once-in-a-lifetime ritual. But I'm not even a Jäger, let alone a warrior. You sure it's okay for me to take part? Sure, I'm sure. I'd really like it if you could see me off on my journey into adulthood. Well, can't say no to that. It's a big responsibility, but I try to do it justice. Feri the Alpha-Yet, thou child of flames, maybe walk with pride upon thy path till thy embers burn the last. On the honor of my people, Arusha's chosen, do I make this vow. It's a little tickly. How do I look? Like you were born to wear it. Gotta admit though, I'm a little scared your dad's gonna want a word with me when he finds out I helped you come of age. Why would Abi care? No reason. That's a topic for when you're further down the road. If you say so, I already know I have a lot of ground to cover. So in the meantime, I gotta learn what I can by sticking with you. I promise to give it all I've got for everyone who's helped me grow as a person. Of course, we're glad to have you, Ferida. Van and Feri shared a pleasant conversation for a while longer, before heading back to join up with the rest of her friends. Received Feri's hair ornament.
I still have a lot to figure out, but right now, I'm proud of where I am. And until I've decided what path to follow, I'm gonna stay right by your side, Van. I want to learn as much as I can from you.
So, what's next on the agenda?
Aaron? Upon splitting off from the rest of the group, Van decided to consider spending time with one of his friends. After taking the time to track him down, he and Aaron arranged to meet somewhere on Station Street. Cut the shit already! Guess you do remember my face. Figured you'd be a little happier to see me after 10 years, Ronnie. Don't you dare call me. What the hell are you doing here anyway? What? I'm not allowed to check up on how my kid's doing? I've been looking high and low for you, only to be led to Edith of all places. Man, you sure got big though. Your spitting image of you for when she... Keep my mother's name out of your damn mouth. This sure sounds like a lovely reunion. Van. The reason we're meeting up in some back alley? You're not the only one with a nose for sniffing out trouble. I've been hearing rumors that this asshole was in town. Just followed them around and here I am. You must be the Spriggan. Thanks for keeping an eye on my son for so long. Man, you sure have a talk of town. Anyway, I'm Leroy, Aaron's father. Van Arkride, it's a real pleasure. Don't start acting all responsible, and you, stop trying to get friendly. There's no need to be so hostile, Aaron. I'd just like to get along with a man my son's been working for. You see, there's actually one other reason I came to the capital. Lend me some Mira, will you? Just enough to let me get back on my feet, please. I'm begging you. I ended up owing some money to a couple of real nasty guys, and now they've got it out for me. If I don't pay them back with interest, the old man's gonna be 6 arc under before you know it. Come on, Ronnie, we're family, right? You're supposed to be able to count on one another. If you don't have the funds now, maybe you can get an advance payment from your boss here? Shut up! You disgusting piece of shit, you haven't changed at all. You're not even sorry for all the crap you put my mother through. Get lost and don't let me see your face ever again. So that's how it is, huh? Well, I guess that's that. Suppose my business here is finished then. See you around, Mr. Arkride. If you're looking for a place to lay low, you could probably try the Blacklight District. Got plenty of folks down there in the same boat. Oh, I've heard about the place. I'm sure I'll be right at home. Didn't you say never had a dad? Yeah, and? Not like that useless piece of trash ever acted like one. My mom was a rising star in the world of Eastern theater. And all that slime ever did was waste her savings on booze and gambling. She went through hell because of him. In the end though, he got on the wrong side of the Lou family and they drove him out of town. I think I was about 6 or so. Now he shows up over a decade later just to ask for more money. Maybe it's not my place to say, but it's kind of hard to believe he's your dad. Guess the hair color kinda gives it away though. That's what pisses me off the most. No matter how much I try to distance myself from him, we still share the same blood. I never understand why Mom ever cared for that guy. Still, you gotta wonder, why did he come searching for you now of all times? And you listening wanted to sponge some mirror of me. Why would he try to reunite with his son now after 10 years of silence? Thought he's dumb enough to think you'd be all smiles. Don't think he ever actually believed you'd agree to pay off his debt. Well, I'm sure there was a tiny part of him hoping it would all go his way, of course. What are you trying to say? Nothing really, just wondering if you're actually feeling okay about all this. That bastard ruined your mom's life, right? Figured you'd like to sock him across the jaw at least. But I guess that whole thing was pretty unexpected. I'm sure you were just trying to put all the pieces together. Still, it's not like the little conqueror of Laozo, former child prodigy and genius of Eastern theater, let someone off a hook like that. That being said, if you did want to give your dad what for, I wouldn't mind helping out. You're one hell of an instigator, you know that? You're right though, it was pretty out of character for me. Let's go see if we can track the bastard down. That's more like it. Sometime later. You really thought you could hide from us, old man? Hand over the mirror dot back. Hey now, let's just calm down a little, yeah? I'm a good-looking man. If you mess up my moneymaker, you never get your mirror back. Whatever here, family picture, huh? But that's not... Oh, why so flustered, Leroy? Not like we don't know who your little boy is. Took the liberty of digging into her background quite some time ago, after all. You also know you're just some good-for-nothing who got chased out of Langport. At first we thought you were a little more than some deadbeat dad, but I think we might have a use for you. You see, Zhao used us as pawns, and Gao Lang left us to the dogs. The Lai family is practically in shambles. Taking advantage of someone like you is our best chance of getting out of this hole. Not only to get one over on the loose and the lease, but Aaron too. Come on, Leroy, what do you say? Mind drawing your son out for us? You might even forgive all your debt. Well, you already abandoned him once, I'm sure a second time won't hurt. Maybe it'll help if you just look at it as getting revenge on the loose. You bastard. Look, there's no need to threaten my family. I'll get you your mirror back. But as far as Ronnie's concerned, no way I'm letting you guys lay a finger on him. You think they're giving you a choice here? Looks like you still haven't learned your place. You don't get to refuse, just shut up and do what you're told. You guys just don't know when to quit. Aaron and the Spriggan. So you found us. You've played right into our... Shut up. Bonnie? Let's make this quick. Right. So it was the Lai family that was after you. Man, these guys are like cockroaches. You two really saved me behind. Say, when you learn to fight like that, those guys were nothing compared to... Huh? Don't start acting all excited, Slimeball. What was up with that picture of yours anyway? Thought you just flash it at me and all would be forgiven? Aaron, calm down. You know, way over was trying to figure out what was really behind your dad's arrival. But I think I finally landed on the truth. The anniversary of your wife's death was at the end of last year, right? With me being shut out of Langport, I never had the chance to visit your first grave. And I'd heard rumors that Aaron had been doing business in the capital recently, so figured I couldn't pay my wishes to her, could at least go see the son she left behind. Of course, I say that, but the whole bit about wanting to borrow some money was true too. See, I've been trying to find a spring lily like the ones that grow over in the eroded cave. The hell of a time trying to find a real one though. Think you'd be willing to place it at her grave for me? Screw you! If you cared about her so much, then why didn't you do anything when she was still alive? Doesn't matter if the Lu family forced you out, should have been there for us. Whatever. Now that we've talked, I think I finally understand. Roughing you up's not gonna fix the mess you made. I'll take care of a flower for you. Don't think Mom would want to turn it down anyway. Now get out of here, loser. Guess I'll see myself out then. You can leave a Life Family goons to us. What are you doing here? How come you never told us that the Light guys were still lurking around? Well, they posed very little trouble to Yumé. Why would we bother? I didn't think they'd be making deals with Leroy, though. Of all people. Well, I suppose we have them by the tail now. Might as well root the last of them out. I'm sure the Lee family will take care of them, right? Along with all the extortion schemes we've been running? Indeed, we work together to clean up this riffraff. I trust that will help keep our relationship affable as well. You two make it sound so easy. Does that mean my debt to the Life family's been wiped out? Talk about a lucky break. I'd say you don't deserve it, but I'm sure you have plenty of other debts to pay off, huh? That's correct. There seem to be a fair number of debt collectors on the hunt for him at this very moment. In fact, I believe I've heard they've started gathering in the capital. You really don't know when to quit, do you? I suppose that means I should be off. Ronnie, Mr. Spriggan, make sure you take good care of yourselves. And so Leroy disappeared once more into the unknown, taking great care to cover his tracks behind him. Ash and Zhao left as well to deal with the remaining Life family members. With the others gone, both Van and Ashen decided to take the chance to regroup with their friends. Shit, I hate that you got to see all my dirty laundry. Well, it sure took long enough anyway. I'm glad we got it all out in the open though. You know, even with all his problems, he's still the man your mother chose to love. You just have to accept the fact that he's your blood. Would you stop acting like you have all the answers? I'll never forgive him for what he put my mom through. But if I just left it at that, I feel like I would have walked away with a lot more regrets. Honestly, I'm sort of glad you talked me into going after him. I think I go ahead and consider that a victory then. Man, you really are growing up. Don't touch me, creep. No head pats for him. Guess he really did inherit that spirit. I'm so sorry, Ronnie. I wish it would have ended with me. Still, with all those friends of yours, I'm sure you do just fine. Not that I have much room to speak.
Blood isn't everything, but I guess my connection to him is still important. Guess I have you to thank for... No, forget it!
So, what's next on the agenda?
Risette. Then parted ways with his companion for a short while. He then went to meet up with Risette, who was looking around the festival. Hello, Mr. Arkride. I trust your rounds are going well. Have you been wandering around festival by yourself this whole time? You need to get busy and live a little. I have been busy, actually. I'll admit I'm a little surprised to see you here, though. Well, I made a promise with Risette, you know? Never go back on my promises. I figured it wouldn't be a problem if I popped in for a little bit. My partner's out on some other business anyway. She must be in Kasim. Guess he can be pretty understanding from time to time. We haven't spent any time together in a dog's age, so every second of fun today counts. I suppose it has been a while since we've seen one another. Well, I'm glad to see you two are having fun. I don't want to interrupt your little get-together though, so I just see myself out. Ah, don't be like that. You might as well join us, since you're here and all. Besides, no way you don't know all the best stands. We'll have lots more fun with you along. I agree. It would be wonderful if you could show us the highlights of your student experience as well. I guess I don't mind butting in for a while. That's more like it. What are we waiting for then? Let's get the show on the road. It's always a pleasure, Van. So Van joined the girls in their foray around the school and enjoyed a look at the bazaar's many wares. Though Risette seemed pleased to simply gaze at all the items for sale, Mirabelle was much more inclined to reach for a mirror. Although their adventure was brief, the two seemed to thoroughly enjoy themselves. Now that's what I call a highlight. School festivals and even sure to take it to a whole another level. I appreciate you taking the time to enjoy the festival with us, Mr. Arkride. Just glad I could be of service. You seemed a lot more interested in the school itself though. Well, yes, I suppose I was. I may have gone to Sunday school as a little girl, but I never had much chance to experience school life beyond that. With that, did she never go to high school? Guess I never did get around to asking Risette about how she ended up this way. Forgive me, I hadn't meant to cast a cloud over our time together. I should have you know, I'm actually quite happy spending time with you and... Nope, that ain't gonna cut it. How many times do I gotta tell you? It's okay to be a little selfish sometimes. Is this some sort of demo software? I sent over some basic instructions too. Use them to access the garden with Van. With me? What are you planning? Well, let's just say it's one other reason I came out here today. Anyway, I'd best be heading back to work now. Have a good one, you two. Yeah, not really sure what she was getting at. Well, guess we have some time to kill. Should we go take a look? I don't see why not. Although I'm a bit curious about this program she sent me. And so, using the instructions Mirabelle provided, Risette and Van booted up the app, leading them into the Märchengarten. Hey, isn't this... It looks like a recreation of one of Aramis's classrooms. Pretty realistic too. Can hardly tell the difference. What was these glasses in the textbook? And where's Risette? Mr. Arkride, are you in there? Wait, I thought I lost you. Is it alright if I come in? Yeah, of course. You okay? You sound a little timid. Well, it's just, okay, I just let myself in then. I apologize for being so late, Mr. Arkride. No way. Is it really you, Risette? Yes, it's me. This avatar is a sharp body made to simulate what I looked like when I was around 14 years old. It appears to be part of a brand new virtual reality system that runs via the Märchengarten. A 14-year-old Risette, huh? How the hell did they even pull this off? Actually, I'm assuming this is all Mirabelle's doing? I believe so. She must have been testing this whenever she had downtime at work. To think she'd go to all the trouble to give him this opportunity. Oh, Mirabelle, you truly are a handful sometimes. That explains my glasses in the textbook, I guess. You know, I think I've mentioned I didn't get the chance to finish school either. Putting me in the teacher's role is a little funny, though. I put my own through so much hell. Anyway, I guess we can start class as soon as you pick your desk. If you don't mind having a delinquent for a teacher, that is. Of course not, Mr. Arkride. With that, the two began playing their respective roles of teacher and student. Alright, next question. In what year did the Cavadian Revolution take place? That would be in the year 1100. Nice job, Risette. Really living up to that class person reputation of yours. So that's the scenario set up, is it? However, I can't help but think these questions are a bit on the simple side. Would you be opposed to bringing out the more difficult ones, sir? Sounds good to me. How about this one? Although neither of them were required to continue the act, they remained in character for a while longer. Okay, so the answer to this problem is... If I may, sir, there seems to be a problem with your equation. Seriously? Man, it's been so long since I had to do math. Let's see, where did this number go again? Let me show you. When you have x equals minus b plus minus... Then you want to solve for... I'm one who's supposed to be a teacher here. Both Van and Risette thoroughly enjoyed themselves and made new school memories. I can't help but feel a little sorry for the other students. I'm really monopolizing all the teachers' attention. Well, it's my responsibility to make sure all students understand the content, right? Ask me anything and I'll do my best to answer. Okay, with regards to this problem then. What's up? Oh, it's nothing. With me in such a small body, he looks even more mature than usual. I wonder if this is how Miss Claudel and the others feel around him. But before we knew it, the bittersweet days of Risette's fabricated youth had come to an end. Oh, I guess that's it then. The time sure went by a lot faster than I thought it would. I imagine this whole thing takes a bunch of processing power. I'm surprised it even lasted this long. Mr. Arkride, I had a really great time together. Yeah, me too. I was really getting into it back there. It's looking like we're gonna have to put an end to it here though. And after the school day ends, everyone assembles in the courtyard. They all enjoy their school life, only leaving for home once the sun begins to set. It's a rather essential part of being a student, what they call the springtime of life. Thank you for letting me experience even just a little of what that life is like. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. You know, I may be standing at the teacher's podium and all, but I had a lot of fun too. It reminded me of all the good times I had. Actually, I was kind of hoping we could stay for a little longer. I do say your school years really pass you by. This was a truly unforgettable experience. I may have only been acting the part of student, but I think it did its part in filling the hole inside me. Risette, I suppose I had been yearning for a chance like this. A longing for normal days, the hope to one day lead a mundane life. I guess I never quite know how much I lost because of that day. However, even though I had little choice but to take on this form, the fact remains that I was given a second lease on life. If I hadn't been given that miracle, I would never have met any of you. Not you, or Mirabelle, or anyone from Arkride Solutions. That's why I feel blessed to be where I am today. Damn, only 14 and still as mature as ever. Can't say I'm surprised though, you've always been the most sensible one on our team. Thank you. But don't you think it's alright to be just a 14-year-old girl for a little while? Heck, you probably stand to let your hair down every now and then in the real world too. From everything you told me, it sounds like you were forced to grow up a lot faster than everyone else. Maybe too fast. You think so? But I want you to know that you don't have to be the responsible one all the time. It's okay to rely on me and the others. Just like it's okay to be over 20 and still be in the springtime of your life. Whether that means having simulated experiences like this or having fun at a school festival, you should have fun with your life. I mean, relying on each other is part of what makes us all friends, right? Thank you, Mr. Arkride. I feel like a weight's been lifted off my shoulders. This class certainly did deliver on its educational value. Good. Well, I hate to say it, but I guess we should wrap this up. Would you do the honors, Risette? Of course, Mr. Arkride. All rise and bow. After that, Van and Resort locked out of the Märchengarten. After taking the time to thank Mirabelle for the experience, the two met up with the rest of their friends to explore the rest of the festival.
Due to yours and Mirabelle's efforts, I was able to confront the regrets I had buried deep within my heart. If the opportunity ever presents itself, I hope that someday you will allow me to support you in the same way.
So, what's next on the agenda?
Quatre's secret. Quatre abruptly returned to the office, saying he had something urgent to attend to. When he neither returned nor answered his cipher, Van decided to check on him, make sure everything was okay. Quatre must be back in his room. Did he forget something needed for the school festival? He seemed to be in a hurry. Maybe I should go and ask what's up. Look at all the people tuning in. Couldn't be happier. Live streaming sure is a bundle of fun. Make sure to give me a follow if you like what you saw. The heck? Whose voice is that? Sounds a little affected. Does he have a girl in there with him? No, wait. Anyway, thanks for stopping by today, Edith. Catch you next time on the TLoH channel. Quatre, I'm coming in. Huh? What? I can explain. So for barging in. Carol, you have a science gal. So this is one of those newfangled virtual idol things, right? I heard about her online. Apparently she's really exploded on the scene these past few weeks. I would have guessed she was your alter ego, though. Yes, well, people have really started to embrace streaming yourself over the OrbelNet as a new form of entertainment. I developed an interest in it while researching the new technology involved, so I decided to make my own virtual model and try it out. Science look around expecting you get so hooked, let alone make it this big. But your Edith exclusive broadcast just happened to overlap with the school festival, right? So the only way you could do both was by ducking out of the festivities for a bit? Forgive me, I know I shouldn't be using the office connection without asking. What's there to apologize for? Knowing you, I'm sure you've got all kinds of anti-tracking tech in place. Streaming though, huh? It's enough to make my head spin. A few years back, I wouldn't have been able to picture it. You even got Theo scanning your movements and syncing it to the model in real time, right? Man, if that takes off, it'll have every other form of media in fight or flight mode. Either that or scrambling to get a slice of a pie themselves. I said something wrong? No, just the opposite. Sorry for being rude there. It's just, I went to so much trouble to make myself up as a girl without anyone finding out. For one, I was afraid you'd be creeped out or laugh at me or something. I see, I mean, sure, I was shocked, but more in a, wow, that's pretty incredible kind of way. Everybody got their hobbies and pursuits, which just happens to be your gem. I can understand why you'd be scared, though. Thanks, Van. This wasn't something I agonized over, though. It genuinely did just start out of curiosity. As you know, I straddle the line between male and female. But because my masculine genes express themselves more prominently, I've lived as a boy ever since a professor took me in. I also find myself attracted to cute girls. No, that isn't exclusively the case. Still, I couldn't help wondering, what if I had lived as a girl over time instead? That train of thought makes sense for you, not to say you're the only one who's ever felt that way. Right, the world is made up of all kinds of people, each with their own values and ways of living. So I want to be forward thinking about exploring potential paths to my own life a little more. I guess you could say I was partially inspired by the talk Risette and I had on Mammoth Island. That's so? I was right to call you incredible then. I'm glad you think so. Oh, actually, could I ask you to stick around for a bit? This isn't about you stumbling in on my secret, to be clear. That's just something I wanted to test. At Katru's urging, Van accompanied him to the spot where the test was to be conducted. Sorry to keep you waiting, Van. Whoa. Well, what do you think? This is a full-scale, high-precision TLoH model. It's the first time I've ever worn it, so to speak. There's still a bunch of unknown factors. It's not weird, is it? Of course not. Today's just been full of surprises, all. Your own traits still shine through a bit, but you seem to be pretty comfortable presenting as TLoH. That might be because of the way I used the Märchengarten's data and AI to create a... First I adjusted the scanned model of myself, used by the garden to allow for modifications. Then I executed a deep learning routine to simulate what I might look like as a girl. 8 years above, technology is outpacing me more by the minute. Unfortunately, I can only show myself from the chest up due to the current capability and synchronization speed limitations. But eventually, I should be able to livestream myself dancing in real time. Theoretically, that is. Now that I'd like to see. Man, though, once you researcher types get going on a project, you stick it out to the end. That's funny. A little while ago, I probably would have overthought this to the point of discouraging myself from even trying. But you and the others helped me understand that I can be anything I want to be. I really am grateful for that, Van. Just don't expect me to pass that thanks along to the others for you. Anyway, just take your time experimenting and fleshing out your personal style. Who knows, build up a big enough following and you might be able to make a living on this idle thing. It's funny, once I loosened up and got into the role, my popularity rose just like that. There's no turning back now. At this point, it's begun to feel like another part of the real me. So maybe you could make you Arkride Solutions marketing mascot? Nah, probably too much exposure, but hey, it's always on the table if you need to expand our reach. Don't tell me you're actually considering it! And so Van spent a brief while chit-chatting with Quatre's avatar before the two of them eventually returned to the real world. So that put a bow on your live streaming for today? Yes, I should be able to spend time with you and the rest after this. Why are you staring at me like that? It's nothing, just took me a second to remember that this is still the same Quatre I'm talking to. What else did you expect? Oh, but setting that aside, would you mind zipping my lips about this? Don't sweat it, I was already planning to. Just a heads up though, Agnes and them are liable to get wise anyway, once you start making a name for yourself. Oh yeah, I guess that's always a possibility. Imagine someone like Aaron finding out. Just thinking about it gives me goosebumps. Try to tweak the model to look less like me before I ever catch on. But if it alienates my fan base, the backlash could be explosive. Sorry, didn't mean to sound the red alert. Afterwards, Van and Quatre headed back to the festival to meet up with their friends.
Hey, Van? I, wanted to thank you proper. Thank you so much for accepting me no matter what. I'm going to keep trying to figure out who I want to be. And you being there for me as I do makes me more happy than you could ever know.
So Quatre is an eagle, yeah? Okay. Good. But there are more,
So, what's next on the agenda?
let's take Yumé. Van parted ways with his companions for a short while. He then informed the rest of his friends around the festival that he'd be setting out for Santa Mache. Alright, let's get this done and dusted. Van, where are you going? Oh, hey there, Yums. Just running a few errands is all. I won't be long, so you hang back and enjoy the festival, okay? Oh, let me guess. My bicycle finally came? Spot on, your Gramps just gave me a call. I was about to go pick it up and deliver it to Montmartre. Now you have something to look forward to when you get up. I wanna go too! I knew she'd say that. So much of this being a quick and dirty solo job. Fine, fine. I know you've been counting down the minutes for this. What do you say we pit our wheels against each other and see which is better? Definitely mine. Yours number 2. I hear you. Come on then. Let's get going. And so the pair hopped into Van's truck and headed for Santa Mache. Once there, they paid a visit to Yazan's hardware store, where the order for the bike had been placed. Wow, so this is my new bike? Sure, it looks pretty neat. Your mom got good taste. But as much as I hate to break it to you, my ride still wins in the coolness department. Silly old Van. Mine's way cuter. As long as she likes it, that's what matters. Ready for me to load it into the truck? Yeah, if you don't mind, we're gonna be hauling this thing straight back to Old Town. Already? Don't tell me you're itching to ride it now. Everyone is waiting for you at the academy, kiddo. Don't you think you ought to hurry back? Well, I do want to play more with Feri and them. But I also want to try it out a teensy bit. I figured as much. How to handle it the safest way would be to take her over to the memorial park. but her Grams was keen on showing her the ropes. I had to cut in on that. It's okay, Van. Sorry for being bratty about it. I just have to wait till the next time someone's free after the festival's over. Say no more, Yumé. Let's head over to the Memorial Park and take it for a spin. You really mean it? The old man will flay my hide anyway, if I bring her back to Mud all down in the mouth. Just promise me that you'll only give it a test run. Deal? Yeah, I promise. I'll go ahead and load it into the pickup then. Once the bicycle was secure in the back of Van's truck, he and Yumé headed for Dirk Memorial Park. No sooner did they arrive than the practice began. I finally get to ride my own bike. I'll be here to hold you upright, so just focus on pushing the pedals. Keep the handlebars straight, okay? Just take it slow and you'll be fine. Okie dokie. Van, are you still there? Yep, you're doing great, kiddo. Want me to let go for a bit? Yeah, do it. Ah, it's all wobbly. That's the way, keep going just like... Oh jeez, I fell off. You alright? Sorry, I should have known it was too early to turn you loose. No, it's okay, I almost got the hang of it. I'm gonna try again. Watch me, okay, Van? Hey. Well, shoot. No stopping her now. If I bring her back all scuffed up, tonight's bistro special will be my head on a platter. Maybe I should give a champ a call and have him and Paulette pick her up. And so Yumé did her best to pedal on her own under Van's supervision. However... Whoops! I can do this! You okay? Yeah, no biggie. This bike's not gonna beat me. Listen, Yums, why don't we stop here for now? You got your knees covered in scrapes and your clothes covered in dirt. You wouldn't want to get your mom and Grams all worked up. No dice, huh? You're a tough cookie, Yums. Most kids your age would burst out in tears by now. You're allowed to cry if you need to, you know? Nope, I'm not gonna. I have to be tough and hold it in. Like you, Van. Like me. You smiled for me, even when it hurt. It was a long time ago, but I still remember. Oh. Around 3 years prior. Damn it all! There was a quest I took on back when I just climbed out of the rookie stage of my career. I grew too comfortable with the work. As a result, I slipped up and my client got seriously injured. Any trust I'd built up was shattered and they made their well-deserved spite for me loud and clear. We just barely grazed by a worst-case scenario. My client's lucky to be still alive. Those guys were good. We were cornered, and in the heat of a moment I made the wrong call. Who are you trying to fool? Quit making excuses for yourself. You got sloppy. You thought, this would be a cinch, and let your ego take the wheel. What the hell am I even doing? What am I doing this for? Ban? Yums? What's wrong, Ban? It's nothing. That's right, there's no sense moping. Setbacks like this could happen again any number of times down the road. You remember when you decided to do this in the first place? As long as you never forget, everything will work out. Huh? Hey now, why the long face? You want upsies? You looked like you were hurting way more than I was now. but instead of crying, you picked me up like always. So, whenever I feel myself getting sniffly, I try to be strong the way you would. Of course, that's what family does for each other. Okay, this time I'm gonna stay on for sure. Keep watching, man! Don't worry, kiddo, I will. Hard to believe her memory goes that far back. At the time, I'd been busting my ass like a man possessed, faking a brave front out of pride. Little did I know that was someone watching out for me all the while. Family, huh? Man, look, look! Am I doing it right? I think I am. Yeah, you got it down pat, Yums. Wow, Yumi, that's amazing! Oh, you actually came? Of course we did, as if we'd let you steal this moment away from us. Mommy, Maxim, look at me go! I couldn't be prouder, sweetie. It was nice of one to teach you. Just make sure to keep those eyes forward. Almost makes you wonder if driving skills are inherited. Don't get too full of yourself there, Buster. You're such a kidder. I mean, Victor, who's getting full of themselves? Not me. No, sir. Oh dear, we still got a long road ahead of us. Grandpa, I can ride on my bike now. Did you see me? I certainly did, sweetheart. You give your granddad a real one for his money. I learned it all from Van. Hear me out for a sec? She's still gonna need to practice on city roads, right? You can have exclusive tips on that. You traitorous troublemaking talent! I want to teach her from square one! You're gonna pay for her scraped knees and dirty clothes to the tune of 50 times the rent! No good deed goes unpunished. Wait, 50 times? That's criminal! Settle down, Dad, though it's true that he's been monopolizing her a bit. Next time we can make it a family outing, right, Van? What can I say? You all got me outnumbered on this one. With that, Van, Maxime and the Monmart household returned to the city. After dropping the bike off at Monmart, they took Yumi back to Aramis to enjoy the rest of the festival.
Thanks for always playing with me, Van. If you're ever feeling sad because of work, just let me know, and I'll give you a nice pat on the head. Then you'll feel all better.
Okay, but I would make a cut here and we continue this next time. Until then, I'm Mace and don't get lost.